Hello everyone, welcome back. Finally, I'm back after a long break. I know it was all of a sudden, even I didn't realize 9 months have gone by, and I'll start uploading videos regularly from now on. So, where was I? It was such a long break, and I have been getting a lot of messages on Instagram with a lot of questions. Thank you for the questions. I try to answer most of them, but time passed away so quickly. I think the last video I posted was in October of last year. It's unbelievable that 9 months have just flown by. So, what happened? Where was I? A lot of big changes have happened in my life, and that was the reason I had to take a break. So, I think after I posted the last video, I took a trip to India to visit my parents, to visit my friends, and I was there for like I think 3 weeks. And once I was there, I decided I'll quit my current job and work as in Germany and Switzerland, and I guess in all countries it's possible to work as a freelancer. So I basically wanted to concentrate more on YouTube and things like that, and I wanted to work as a freelancer. So I got back and I gave my resignation, but my boss said, why do you want to quit? There's no point in quitting your job completely. Maybe you should hold on for a little bit. So I reduced my job to just 20%. That's just once or twice a week. Not even one. Yeah, that's like once a week, working once a week. And then and the rest of the time I wanted to work as a freelancer. So I got a freelancing job. I got multiple freelancing jobs, and I started off with the first one in January. So it was a new hospital, plenty of work, but I enjoyed it a lot, and I was going back to what I loved the most, which was acute radiology. It was a trauma hospital, and I was doing lots of trauma cases, multiple road traffic accidents, those kinds of things, which I love doing in Germany. But since I'd moved to Switzerland, I hadn't done much of it. So I started working in this new hospital, and then the boss of the hospital said a position for a senior consultant is free. Senior consultant is a position just below the head of the department. He wanted me to take this position, but I was skeptical because I always wanted to remain free, be a freelancer, but this job was too enticing because it takes time until someone gets his position in Switzerland. Even in Germany, it takes time, despite the fact that Germany is a much bigger country. But getting a senior consultant job, the word for this in German is light and arts. Light and arts is one of the senior most positions you could get, probably a position just below the head of the department. And obviously, the salary is quite large for a light and arts, especially in Switzerland. So I thought about it and I said, okay, I'll take it. And anyway, I had my contract for 3 months as a freelancer doctor in this hospital. And then January, February, March, I worked as a freelance doctor, and I was supposed to start in the 1st of April as a senior consultant in this hospital. So I was employed in two hospitals at the same time, one 20% and one, the rest of the time 80%. But I gave my resignation to the other hospital so that I could concentrate only on the new job. But then you had you had to give advance notice of about 3 months. So I had to work another 3 months in the old hospital while simultaneously working in the new hospital. I was just shuttling, and they are not close by. They're like an hour and a half away from each other. And then I kept going back and forth. And then, in the end of March, I got news that my mother was ill. So I tried to organize everything from Switzerland itself, and I was supposed to start on the 1st of April. Obviously, I couldn't. I flew back to India, and I was with my mother for 2 months, a month and a half, almost 2 months. I'm glad that I had this time with her. I took care of her, and then unfortunately, she passed away. It was a very, very, it was a tragic time, I spent the last few days with her, and she passed away. And the whole funeral process itself took a few more weeks, and then I was finally back here. And then because of the time I took off, in the first 2 months of my new job, of the new position, I had to make up for this time with another 2 months of absolutely no leaves, no free time, absolutely nothing, while simultaneously working in my older hospital. And that finally got over in the end of June. That was my last month. And now I work only in the new hospital. I love this new position. It's a lot of work, but I love it. It's the work kind of work that I enjoy. And then after all this time, since January, I've been working non-stop there. And now finally, after making up for these 2 months where I work non-stop without taking any time off, now finally I've gotten a week of freedom, a week of vacations, and I just decided to sleep. I haven't gone anywhere. Normally I travel somewhere around the world, but this time I was just too tired. I just decided to stay at home and finally got some time to shoot a YouTube video. So this is the reason. So many large changes in my life. Quit my old job, moved to a new city, started a job at a much higher position, started in a new hospital, and a big family tragedy in that my mother passed away. So it's a mixture of good and bad as well. And I'm glad to be back, and I'll start making videos regularly from now on. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the flexibility of positions in Germany. Now, what do I mean by this? So in Germany, because I get so many questions, I see young doctors, and this reminds me of the position I used to have. As a young medical student, you're always dreaming of becoming this famous plastic surgeon, I don't know, working in LA, or I don't know, whatever it is, or working as this famous neurosurgeon, because we are all influenced by what we see on TV and we think this is what we want to become. But I suggest everybody, every young doctor, and it's only with time that I realize this, that you don't have an understanding of the fields. You haven't seen what they are. I suggest everybody to do at least 2 weeks of internship in all the fields, as many fields as you can. Maybe a week, 2 weeks in vascular surgery, 2 weeks in pediatrics, 1 week in pediatric surgery, 2 weeks in plastic surgery. Just, even if 2 weeks is not possible, even 3 or 4 days is fine, just to get a hang of things. 2 weeks in cardiac surgery. Just do these. Even if you don't get paid, just go and observe and work a little and see if it is for you. And trust me, often what you imagine in your mind is not actually how the work is. You understand? So you have to work in these fields, at least get some insight into what these fields are before taking such important decisions that you have to live with the rest of your life. Luckily, in a country like Germany, it doesn't matter if you choose the wrong field, you can always change. Take my example. I mean, I was so passionate about surgery. I used to read surgery all the time. Every free time I got, I used to pick up a textbook of surgery and read, because I was so thrilled with what this field was. Because I was always good at surgery, even during my medical studies, I decided to pursue surgery as a postgraduate. While I enjoyed the operation theater part of it, I hated the ward work, writing discharge summaries, withdrawing blood. I hated this kind of, I just wanted to be in the operation theater, but this is not how it is. Most, I would say 60 to 70% of the time in surgery you spend in the wards, taking care, post-operative care, pre-operative care, and things like this. So I suggest you spend some time in the wards and see if this is for you. If you enjoy it, go for that. Luckily, in a country like Germany, you can always switch fields. Let's say you have taken general surgery and you don't enjoy it, you can always switch, I don't know, to pediatric surgery or plastic surgery. In Germany, this is possible. This is the big advantage of working in Germany. You can choose any field that you want. It doesn't matter you've spent 2 years in it. If you feel this is not for you, just switch. I have switched fields so many times. I've worked in urology, I've worked in plastic surgery, I've worked in cardiac surgery, I've worked, I don't know, in so many fields, in radiology, interventional radiology, neuroradiology, pediatric radiology. I have worked in all of this because I wanted to see if this is for me, you know. And soon you start getting a hang, and this dreams that you will be this amazing plastic surgeon. Just relax, take it, you're still very young, take your time, gain some experience. There is no hurry in a country like Germany where you get paid during your training. There is no hurry to, you will only be paid what you're worth and what, how experienced you are, you know. Don't expect that you will start and suddenly become some millionaire or I don't know, working in the biggest hospital in Berlin. Just relax, take it step by step, master the language, understand how, because this is a long road, you know. This is not something you finish in 3 to 4 years and then it's done. No, the advantage of Germany is that you can switch your field. Now let's say you've been working in internal medicine for a year and you feel like internal medicine is not for you and you want to switch to another field, let's say, I don't know, to ophthalmology. You just prepare your CV, get, you know, the experience certificate, prepare a nice CV, go through all the ophthalmology jobs, and because of the fact that you already have experience in Germany, it's much easier to get ophthalmology now because of your past experience. They don't care if you have done internal medicine before. What they're interested in is seeing if you're fluent in the German language and if you're able to communicate with patients. This is the most important. Another important thing is if you're a team person. This is so important in Germany because the head of the department doesn't want any headaches. He wants to see if you're good in a team. So just don't worry about it in the beginning. Just take what you get. If it's psychiatry, take psychiatry. If you get internal medicine, just take internal medicine, orthopedics, or whatever it is. Take what you get. I promise you, in 6 months time or 1 year's time, once you have mastered the language, once you have understood how Germany works, you can always apply to a new position in a new hospital in a new city even, and sooner or later you'll get a call for an interview and you can change your field. There is no problem with it. No time is wasted. I remember I worked in surgery for 7 years. I always thought when I was much younger, oh my goodness, I worked for 7 years and now I'm changing my field. It was a waste. It is never a waste. My chemistry teacher in 12th standard used to say, in 11th and 12th standard, she was wonderful now. She's in Australia, having a nice family life. And she used to always say, hard work never goes to waste. It never goes to waste. All of that surgical experience helped me immensely in trauma radiology because I was able to understand, especially post-operative cases. I could immediately tell what was wrong in the operation or if there is any complication because of my experience in surgery. So it never goes to it. It's always an advantage. My surgical experience in the past helped me immensely in my radiology career. The reason I have become a senior consultant or a light in the arts at a relatively young age when it takes others much longer, it is because of my surgical experience, because of all the experience. Every time they see my CV, oh, you're also a consultant in surgery and a consultant in radiology. So I'm always preferred, and I speak decent German as well. And this is the reason I was able to advance quickly, and it never goes to it. If you don't enjoy something, just switch the field. Don't worry about it, you know. So I would suggest in the beginning, take what you get. Just go through the steps that I have been saying. I get messages asking, help me show the what step should I take. I have made so many videos on it. Just follow the videos. All the videos that I have made, just follow them step by step and you will be there. And my course as well is almost close to completion. My entire language course is close to completion and I'll be releasing it shortly in my new website. And in the website, you will have access to all the jobs in Germany and in Switzerland and in Austria. All the jobs available at this moment. You can apply directly from there. It will be released shortly with my complete course. So I hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next video. Bye.